Hello, 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 hello. I'm hoping that this works. Now, how can I invite people? This is really a test. Participants. Only me. Um, okay. Okay, I look so frustrated. Okay, so I think somebody is there watching. I really don't get how this works. I've never tried this before. But anyone who does come will see this later, now or later. My brother said I should lose the hat, which I can do now because, well, it's warmed up a little bit in here. I've been a little bit cold in here. So I can see one thumbs up. So that means someone must have come over. So I was meant to be doing a stager. I don't know why I'm looking at the microphone when I'm talking. This is a new laptop. I just got this to save some weight. So yeah, a little bit of a challenge trying to get Stage It to work, and YouTube has worked immediately, instantly. So I wouldn't have. I don't think I'll bother with Stage It again. I didn't like how they insisted on entrance to watch kind of fee. But I thought 50 cents is neither here nor there, really. So anyway, I'm going to start now. I think my brother will probably come over in a second or two. So I'll just start, and I think he probably would have seen the message, and he'll come over as well. So I think next time I'll just post this on Twitter that I'm going to do a live performance rather than go through all of that Stage It nonsense, which is frustrating because in the end, it didn't work. So I'm working on a new album. I'm going to be producing this myself. Well, mastering, mix. It's already mixed and mastered. It's called This Pantomime of Me. And it's songs that I've written. Really, a lot of the songs on the album, at least half anyway, were written in the Highlands over the last couple of months. And This Pantomime of Me was the first song I wrote in the Orkney Islands when I arrived. I went to camp at the famous stone circle. I forget the name of it now, but it's very famous, the main stone circle. Maybe the only circle here is called like Ross, or I forget the name anyway. But this song I wrote, no, this isn't the song I wrote. I wrote this one actually here, right in the room I am in now. And it's called This Pantomime of Me. When I wrote it, the inspiration came from many different places. But anyway, I'll play it. So I do about half an hour of this live show. I can only apologize to those who tried to come through Stage It. I think if I find a way of returning the coins or whatever, I'll do it. I've been judged a million times. Who told you how this world is meant to be? Are we the dolphin's dream? We're living in this pantomime with me. It took a while, I learned to see we're living in this pantomime of me. Imagine if we shared a smile more than just once in a while for free. How wonderful and strange, how beautiful this world could really be. Now I'm the joker and the clown. What would happen if we put you down to see? Do you know what I mean? We're living in this pantomime of me. A false reality. We're living in this pantomime of me. Imagine if we shared a smile more than just once in a while for free. How wonderful and strange, how beautiful this world could really be. How wonderful and strange to step outside this pantomime of me. Lucky enough, I'm on open tuning, so I can grab the words. I forget the words, it's kind of funny, but at the same time, it is new. I forget what I wrote for the last verse. Well, the second to last. Now, I've been down and I've been out. I had to learn to scream and shout, you see. The actors rearrange. We're living in this fallacy. Is this insanity? We're living in this pantomime of me. Imagine if we shared a smile more than just once in a while for free. How wonderful and strange, how beautiful this world could really be. How wonderful and strange to step outside this pantomime of me. I've been judged a million times. Your eyes, they come as no surprise to see. Are we the dolphins' dream? We're living in this pantomime of me. So I started kind of with that one mainly because it's in a different tuning. And now I'm in that tuning. It's an open D tuning. I was only shown this recently. And it's a variation of which I was shown. And I looked on YouTube, and once I discovered the chord shapes and what I had to do, it really, I left the guitar in that tuning for several days. Just for those who don't play guitar, once the strings are dropped down, this is a D. So it used to be an E, of course. D, A is still the same, D is still the same. Then the G becomes an F sharp, and the B becomes an A, and the E becomes a D. So then automatically, without touching any, you've got a D. And it's I've really fallen in love with this tuning. Some days I leave it in that tuning, and I don't change it back. So I really like it so much. And the next song I want to do is also in a drop tuning. It's a slight variation of this one. But while I'm in this tuning, it makes sense to do that one as well. I'm pretty sure it's only the one string differently, which is the B string down to an A. But no. So anyone who's watching, if I just ask you to be patient for a second, because I'm using a tuning which I'm not used to, even though I've written a song in that tuning. It is of course not. It's still not one I'm used to changing to. So that should be that. The F sharp is now down to an F. 1 second, and I should be with you. So it's called My Life Is in Your Hands. And when I started on my tour of the Scottish Highlands, I took some volunteer work. And the reason I took the volunteer work is because some of you out there will know I've been on a very crazy long journey. And it's been exhausting, to say the least. So that's still not right. So it should be. In fact, I got the book with the tuning. I think I've got it written down in the back here. I only play this song like really once a day maximum. But I should know the tuning by now, really. D. Wait, I think this is also down to G with this tuning. I'm almost sure of it. Is that right? Yeah. I'm talking to the trees. Could you help me please to understand? My life is in your hands. I'm calling from one knee. At last I have learned to see, to understand. My life is in your hands. Won't you talk to me? Won't you talk to me? I understand. My life is in your hands. I'm calling to myself. Please take care of your health and understand. Your life is in your hands. I'm talking to your hearts. But where else should I start to understand? My life is in your hands. Won't you talk to me? Won't you talk to me? I understand. My life is in your hands. I'm talking to the bees. Could you help me please to understand? My life is in your hands. I'm talking to the trees. Could you help me please to understand? My life is in your hands. Won't you talk to me? Won't you talk to me? I understand. My life is in your hands. Won't you talk to me? Won't you talk to me? I understand. My life is in your hands. My life is in your hands. Oh, so I see my brother is here now, and I don't want to name any names out loud, but anyone who comes along, watches now or later, I'm very happy to be here in Orkney. I've been here for 2 months. I only came to the islands for a couple of days. I had a plan on going to Northern Ireland, and I was so exhausted that I decided to stay. I was lucky enough to find some volunteer work, so I've been for now helping a lady with her land on a farm, an inactive farm, but still a big farm, isolated on an island called Shapinsay. So it's given me a really good opportunity to work on writing and recording. I've got a couple of albums I'm working on, which are going to be released via Spotify and all of the major outlets in the very near future. And there's also an album which is being produced, which I'm really lucky to have a very good friend named, I think he'll be okay with me saying his name is Pete. I won't say his full name. But I'm lucky enough to have him doing the production. I weighed it all up staying. I was considering staying here for the whole winter. But I've decided I'm really on. I've played in 478 places, so I really want to make it to 500. So I already booked a flight for Italy, which I've now changed to Greece to make my 500th place somewhere very special. I looked at the map of Europe, and I really wanted it to be somewhere unique and somewhere I could really say, wow, you know. So I'm going to Athens. I know it's going to be very tough there. I've checked online, seen other people's YouTube videos and stuff like this, and it's not a place I'm going to make money. But number 400 place, the 400th place I played was Istanbul. And I'm very proud of achieving the goal of making it there. So now I really wanted number 500 to be either Dublin or Athens. But I kind of feel I don't want to go. I don't really want to be in Ireland in November, you know. So by the time I kind of figure I might as well go somewhere where there's a bit of sunshine. I'm only going to make 5-10 euros a day, I think, probably maximum when I'm there, realistically. But it's also cheap. There's a hostel there for €5 a night. So I'm kind of I look at it that way, you know. So I'm going to be releasing the album via Spotify and iTunes and all of the normal outlets. But realistically, I'd like to try and be as independent as possible. So anyone who would like to order any of the albums, and they'd like it on CD in particular, I can't offer original, you know, made in a factory CDs, but I can offer burned myself and sleeve done myself, you know. So that's one way I'd like to try and sell music that way. But at the same time, it's not about the money. Anyway, enough of that. So sorry about the change of tuning, any distracting noises out there. I just have to change the tuning, so back to normal. Okay, so it's nearly ready. The next song I'm going to do is the one I started telling the story for. When I was in the north of Scotland, I was going to go across the north coast. I was in a place called Thurso. My TH pronunciation is terrible, so it's THURSO. It's been lazy, my TH pronunciation, since I was a youngster, and I've never really shaken it off, I guess. So anyway, THURSO, lovely place, very friendly. I was going to go across the north coast and then down the west coast, but so many people said, you should go and check out Orkney. And I literally came here for a couple of days, and I've been here 2 months. So I've really fallen in love with here. It's very friendly. But nearly everyone I know here, and I've made friends with here, has advised me not to be here in the winter, which is fair enough, you know. I spent 2 months in Norway last winter, and winter's beautiful, but I'm not keen on winter. So I wrote this at the Stone Circles. I arrived at the Stone Circles here. I was given a lift by a couple I met. And the Stone Circles, it's a famous landmark. It's beautiful. And I wanted to camp in the wild, but I didn't want to kind of get in trouble. So I went and kind of hid down by some water. It couldn't be seen, but I was only literally 200-300 meters away from the Stone Circle. And then I got the guitar in the tent, and I came up with this. I've wished that I was weak. So it's inspired from the road, and it's one of my favorite songs for myself that I've written that I think describes what the road has been like the most. And I was really tempted to call the album This Pantomime of Me, the one I'm working on now, this, I've wished that I was weak. Okay, less talking, more breathing. It's hard to remember all the places I've been, the people I've met, all the faces I've seen. Should I try? Should I try not to notice what I see in your eyes? I wish it was that simple, just to turn the other cheek. I've told myself you must be strong. There's times I've wished that I was weak. It's hard to remember, though I'm doing my best to try not to notice that I'm not like the rest. Tell me why Should I try not to notice what I see in your eyes? I wish it was that simple, just to turn the other cheek. I told myself you must be strong these times. I've wished that I was weak. I've wished that I was weak. It's hard to have these feelings that just won't go away. The world must feel so easy without nothing to say. Tell me why. Should I try not to notice what I see in your eyes? I wish it was that simple, just to turn the other cheek. I told myself you must be strong these times. I've wished that I was weak. It's hard to have these feelings that just won't go away. The world must feel so easy without nothing to say. Tell me why. Should I try not to notice what I see in your eyes? I wish it was that simple, just to turn the other cheek. I told myself you must be strong these times. I've wished that I was weak. I've wished that I was weak. And good to see you as well, Peter. And hello to Sergio. I can only apologize to those that came along for the Stage It performance. And unfortunately, it's a platform I won't be using again. There was a couple of things. I didn't like how they forced me into the position of having to charge. Because for me, those who know me well enough will know, you know, I'd like to buy a little piece of land. I'm not going to lie. Eventually, for a couple of grand, I'd like to, for all of my years of dedication, afford a piece of land. But I'm not in this for making millions of dollars, shall we say. I'm in this to continue what I'm doing, which is making a difference. I'd like to feel that I'm making at least some difference. When I see the kids smiling and laughing and all of this on the streets, it's better than doing nothing, no? Anyway, moving on. So I've done a couple of new ones there, and I'm going to move into, I've organized a little bit of a pile of songs which I considered doing. I know that Carl is one of my biggest fans. It's good to have family that support my work, family and friends that support my work. I do feel frustrated at times. It's very difficult to be heard as such these days. On the streets, lots of people are on their phones. And sometimes I can have many people standing right next to me, and they won't look up for a second because they're in the world of distraction as such. So if there's any requests for those that know my music, then please let me know. And I'm going to do the next song I'm going to do while I'm talking about phones is called Always. You know, I have a smartphone myself, but I just make sure that it's switched off the most of the time. I don't buy data, and I only check I've got rid of all of the social media other than Twitter. But Twitter, I'm just checking once a day maximum, and I've removed all negative stuff from there. When I got rid of Facebook, it was one of the best things I ever did. So it's nice to see a few people come along, and next time maybe I can try and promote this or advertise it a little bit earlier. And just to check, I'm hoping that the sound is okay, because basically I've removed all of the sound settings from my computer, and I'm using a Rode NT USB. So with the money I've made from the volunteer work, I haven't just done volunteer work, I've done some work here as well. So finally, I've got a portable studio, one that I can work with other musicians on the road with. So I'm very, very happy about that. It's taken me a long time to get into this position. I can record whenever I want, wherever I want, finally. So really good news. I'm really tempted to put this on the album, this pantomime of me. So, I'm open to feedback. Anyone can let me know their views on it. Now I got to stop talking and breathe. I'm going to move the paperwork a little bit as well, so I can be more facing the camera. I'm not really used to singing into a microphone. I'm used to dancing when I'm on the street and stuff. So, and I'm not used to not looking at the guitar when I'm playing as well. So I have to adjust a little bit to this live performance. It's getting harder to witness consistent decline. Those politicians keep on telling us it's gonna be fine. We're in this together, what's yours is mine. We're in this together, can we make our words rhyme? Always, always. Why are we waiting around for something to give? We're in this together, together we need to live. Always, always. There is no great escape. Let's change it all before she breaks. Always, always. We're in this together. Some say it's now or never, at least in part for heaven's sake. We're in this together, for scientists are clever. Let's change it all before she breaks. We're lost till we're found, it's getting harder to live. Is it not better to love those that we live with? We're in this together, at least most of the time. We're in this together, can we make our hearts rhyme? Always, always. There is no great escape. Let's change it all before she breaks. Always, always. We're in this together. Some say it's now or never, at least in part for heaven's sake. We're in this together, for scientists are clever. Let's change it all before she breaks. It's getting harder to witness consistent decline. Nearly everyone's on their smartphone nearly all of the time. Always, always. So that's Always, which I'm really considering putting on the album I'm working on now, called This Pantomime of Me. So, yeah, if there's any requests out there, then I'm happy to fulfill them. The next song I'm going to do is one I wrote in Poland. I wish my good friend Pete True, a really great, super talented guitar player, was out there watching now or could join me. I worked with him on an album called Made to Fight. I removed it actually from my Bandcamp because I realized in myself that, well, I was smoking at the time, and really my voice was not very good, and I was really struggling on guitar, which I've struggled on guitar for a long time. I'm much better now than I used to be. As a left-handed guy playing right-handed, it's always been a challenge. But I was smoking at the time. I quit smoking for 10 days before the last song, the album title Made to Fight, was recorded. And when I looked back at the album and reflected on it many times, I realized in myself that the best song by far was the one when I'd quit smoking. So this time of quitting smoking, I've gone 60 days of no tobacco today. But it's a lot longer than that. It's more than double. But I had 1 week relapse. So I've had 1 week and all these relapses too many times. And I feel really much stronger vocally without tobacco. So this next song is called Right Here All Along. I'm really trying my best to get used to not looking at the guitar when I'm playing. It's not something I am used to, but I'm trying. So this is called Right Here All Along, written in Gdansk, Sopo in the north of Poland. It was inspired by a friend called Pete True, who showed me this little chord trick with the one I'm playing now. In fact, I got a live caller right now. I have to take it. 1 second. I do apologize. Yeah, I'm actually live right now, so be careful what you say. I'm live on YouTube.
Okay.
I put you on loudspeaker, so...
I'm so sorry. We went through everything to try and... we were totally excited and pumped up for the gig and everything. But then when we went through the stage and we paid and everything...
Oh, shit, you paid as well.
Up as channel unavailable.
Right, wait there. I'm going to let you know immediately now where I am. Wait there. I'm going to send you a message. Live right now on YouTube. Yeah. I'm going to give you the link.
Hello, everybody.
So I'm going to give you the link. All you got to do is follow this link. Wait there. And sorry about that. It's the same for everyone. I couldn't get the sound working. It's really frustrating.
Oh gosh!
But then
that's Orkney for you, isn't it?
Yeah. As soon as I changed to YouTube, it worked immediately. So if you click on that link now, I'm literally live right now.
Okay, cool. Okay, I'll click on it then.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Lee. I was so excited.
I'm sorry about that. I really.
I sat down and got a beer in front of us and some wine, and we were ready to go and party out.
I've apologized many times. So I'll see you on YouTube in a minute then, yeah, and we can speak after the performance maybe.
Okay, well, just give us a phone later. I'll be watching it on YouTube. Thanks for the link, dude.
See you soon. Bye. Bye.
Boom shakalaka.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I do. Oh shit! I pressed the wrong button. I do apologize to anyone who did come to the stage show. Unfortunately, it didn't really work out on that platform. Where do our wishes fly to? They fall away. Where do the flowers blow to? They fall away. Who knows where they all go to? Who knows where they all go to? Where do our loved ones go to when they fall away? Where do the hours flow to? They fall away. Who knows where they all go to? Who knows where they all go to? We're not looking to the heavens where no angels out of place. We're rolling round in circles of this timeless field of space. But maybe they were right here all along. Where do the lizard men go to when they crawl away? Where will the powers grow to? They'll fall away. Who knows where they all go to? Who knows where they all go to? We're not looking to the heavens, we're not looking to the stars. We're rolling round in circles in our higher purchase cars. Well, maybe they were right here all along. Well, maybe they were right here all along. Where do our loved ones go to when they fall away? Where will the powers grow to? They'll fall away. Who knows where they all go to? Who knows where they all go to? When I look into the heavens where no angels out of place, we're rolling round in circles on this timeless field of space. But maybe they were right here all along. Well, maybe they were right here all along. Could you imagine? No, if they were right here all along. So in Canada, it's another one I'm really tempted to include. I've only got space now for one, because really the other 11 tracks are recorded and settled on. I've been chopping and changing on the last track for the album. Mainly, the main reason I've been topping and swapping and changing is because a couple of the songs I wanted to use, I really realized that in two of the songs which are already on the album, I say "your eyes." And in one of the ones I really wanted to use, I also say "your eyes." So it's okay having repetition, but I don't want so many songs with the same phrase. And I have enough material, no ego intended, to not have to have repetition. So those who don't know me, I've been on the road a long time, 5.5 years. And it's been an exhausting journey, to say the least. And it still amazes me the number of people I meet who believe I've been on some kind of dream adventure. It's been an adventure for sure, but a challenge, a big challenge. When I used to stop, I used to recover. Now when I stop, I've stopped for nearly 2 months. I've only been playing really 1 day a week, and I still don't feel like I've recovered. I'm about to go back to the road. So yeah, part of me says, well, I'm living the life of a 21, 23-year-old with the traveling and busking with a 43-year-old body. So it's more challenging now than it's been ever any time in the past. But mainly friendships is what's kept me going the most. Mainly has been friendship. So the next song I'm going to do, I'm kind of thinking I'll do up to about 1 hour. And thank you, Sergio, for the comparison to Eddie Vedder. The Into the Wild album is one of my favorites, actually. And Society, Crazy Breed, I can definitely relate to that. Maybe I should do my own song about society. They say that social media's killed our empathy. Look around. They say that social media's killed our empathy. Look around. Hands and feet are bound. I want to talk to you about a world I used to know. I want to talk to you about a world I used to know. I want to talk to you about a world I used to know. I want to talk to you about a world I used to know. They say that only some deserve our sympathy. Look around. They say that only some deserve our sympathy. Look around. Hands and feet are bound. Hands and feet are bound. I want to talk to you about a world I used used to know. I want to talk to you about a world I used to know. I want to talk to you, but unfortunately you're on your phone. They say that social media's killed our empathy. Look around. They say that social media's killed our empathy. Look around. Hands and feet are bound. So the next song I was going to do is called Can You Hear My Beating Heart? I really need to get a drink of water. So after the next song, I'll go and get a drink of water. But I'm not going to do that one next because now I've done one finger picking kind of stylish. I'm going to do something else. So I'm going to do one called Inside of Me, which is on an album called Change Our Minds, which is on Bandcamp. I don't like all this self-promotion stuff which people do. Each to their own, of course, but I'm not that kind of guy. But then again, it would be wrong of myself with an album available not to go this whole live performance without mentioning that, of course. So leerice.bandcamp.com, and my album Change Our Minds is on there, and I'll also be releasing some more albums in the very near future, which will be which I'm mastering myself, which is difficult for sure. I'm going to do my very, very best. So this is called Inside of Me, and that's on that album Change Our Minds. My skin might peel before it breaks. Cast me out, for heaven's sake. Do I leave myself too open, a target to attack? I'm getting hard to recognize, I'm grieving in black. While it might be getting hard to see, there's a fire inside of me. While it might be getting hard to see, there's a fire inside of me. Who knows what I feel? Made to break. Cast me out, for heaven's sake. I'm only here in body, my spirit's wild and free. I'm caught up with this fire inside of me. While it might be getting hard to see, there's a fire inside of me. While it might be getting hard to see, there's a fire inside of me. My heart might bleed, or it won't break. Cast me out, for heaven's sake. Do I leave myself too open, target to attack? Getting hard to recognize, I'm grieving in black. While it might be getting hard to see, there's a fire inside of me. While it might be getting hard to see, there's a fire inside of me. My heart might bleed, but it won't break. These eyes are wide, I'm wide awake. My best form of defense is to prepare my attack. Emptiness I recognize, I'm grieving in black. While it might be getting hard to see, there's a fire inside of me. While it might be getting hard to see, there's a fire inside of me. My skin might peel before it breaks. Cast me out, for heaven's sake. Do I leave myself too open, target to attack? I'm getting hard to recognize, I'm grieving in black. While it might be getting hard to see, there's a fire inside of me. While it might be getting hard to see, there's a fire inside of me. So I'd like to ask all people just to who are watching now. I was going to say now or later, but that wouldn't make sense. This is my first live performance for actually quite a long time. Some of you out there, including my brother and people I see that know me, will know I deleted Facebook, and it felt pretty good. So I'm just going to get a drink of water, and I'll be back just in not even a couple of minutes, in 1 minute. Thanks. And I've also grabbed myself a mint. Okay. So that's in Call It Inside of Me. And if there's any requests, I see that... Oh, Mum's watching. That's really cool. Hello, Mother. Hello, Spain. So let's see if I can do one that I know that my mother likes. It's always nice to do songs that people like. But I joke sometimes when I'm playing on the street. And I say, any requests? And people usually say no. I say, oh, that's good. I don't take requests. It's funny, I have to do stuff like this on the road, on the street, to keep myself entertained. Because it is frustrating. It's a difficult job just to reach people these days. And I've been doing it more than 5 years, so it is more difficult. And it's frustrating to see that the main reason, the main obstacle I have as a street artist isn't the job itself. It's the fact that a high percentage of people have got phones in their hands, and in this mode, it's very hard to see what's going on around us. And a good example of that, I did an experiment over a 6-month period. I counted how many people stopped during the whole of this 6-month period. And in all of the places I played, of course, hundreds of thousands, minimum hundreds of thousands of people walked past during that time. And in the whole 6 months, I had only 17 people stop. And sometimes I'd have 10 people lined up in front of me on the opposite side of the street who wouldn't look up for a second. So, I don't want to ever come across as being a preacher guy or anything like this. But in all honesty, I think that there's more to life than staring at a screen the whole time. So anyway, moving on. The next song is called Ashes and Dust. I've got a mint in my mouth now, so I have to get rid of that. And I wrote this in Switzerland. I was kind of a little bit broken at the time. To say, I was very exhausted. I'd just been on a very long section of journey from Sicily to Cyprus by land, and I played in Istanbul as my 400th place, which was a feeling of great achievement. And now Athens will be 500. I'm really excited about that, and I hope that I can make enough there, probably only maybe 5-10 euros a day, but I hope I can make enough to spend the winter there. So Ashes and Dust. Haven't played this one much lately, but I'll do my best. Okay. I am a warrior, though I'm broken inside, from giving a love which just gets pushed to the side, and all of this pain that I've carried, we're barely a friend inside. I'm a warrior, keep going, it will be alright. For which I'm grateful, for which I'm grateful, for which I'm grateful, I do tell. If you'll let me out of this hell, let me out of this hell. Who should we believe? Who should we trust? In the end, we'll all go back to the same ashes and dust. Who should we believe? Who should we trust? In the end, we'll all go back to the same ashes and dust. I am a warrior, I'm adrift with the tide, giving a love which just gets pushed to the side. I am a warrior and my sword is my pen. I didn't lose my mind, you helped me find it again. For which I am grateful, for which I am grateful, for which I am grateful, I do tell. Let me out of this hell. Let me out of this hell. And who should we believe? And who should we trust? In the end, we'll all go back to the same ashes and dust. And who should we believe? And who should we trust? In the end, we'll all go back to the same ashes and dust. Who should we believe? Who should we trust? In the end, we'll all go back to the same ashes and dust. Ashes and dust. I really like Ashes and Dust, no ego intended. I'm trying to make a decision for track 12 on the album I'm currently working on, called This Pantomime of Me. I don't want to mention it too many times, that, by the way, because one of the things I find most frustrating when I watch other people's YouTube videos is the constant self-promotion. Click this, like, subscribe, and all of this shit. And I find that really frustrating. Each to their own, of course. I've just had a request from my brother. I guess you guys can probably see that. So I should really go and blow my nose. I don't want to come across as complaining on these either, but I do have a cold. I'm wondering whether that cold is actually a wheat allergy. I've had a runny nose for ages, and it always seems to be when I'm eating too many cakes and too much bread. So it might not be a cold at all. It could be food sensitivities. Okay, so I am going to do Before It's Too Late. It is a difficult song vocally and to play and to sing into a microphone. So I've said this before, but I'm not used to singing into a microphone, of course. So, but I'm doing my best to compensate for that. Excuse me. So this is called Before It's Too Late. I'm a little bit unsure which album this will fit onto. I kind of feel in some respects that it deserves its own album called Before It's Too Late. So I'm kind of waiting to put the pieces together. So I'll try my best. Okay. Want to know about the truth, 'cause that's no good, 'cause that's no good for you. And you don't want to know what's coming next. Perhaps you will believe that's for the best. Only what if you are wrong? Enable spaceships out of songs, so I can get out of here before it's too late. So I can get out of here before it's too late. So I can get out of here before it's too late. So maybe you're distracted through your day. Why is it someone always has to pay? Only what if you are wrong? Enable spaceships out of songs, so I can get out of here before it's too late. So I can get out of here before it's too late. So I can get out of here before it's too late. There's been shadows creeping slowly across your smiles. We've been going the wrong way for many miles. Is it really time to sit around and wait? Should we raise our voices before it's too late? My heart is bleeding black from all it sees. Could you take the time to look around you, please? So you don't want to read between the lines. Keep on building towers of glass while our home declines. Only what if you are wrong? Enable spaceships out of songs, so I can get out of here before it's too late. So I can get out of here before it's too late. So I can get out of here before it's too late. So I can get out of here before it's too late. So I can get out of here before it's too late. I really love playing Before It's Too Late. It's one that gives me a good feeling energy-wise. I mean, I saw my brother doing the okay, so that spurred me on a little bit more. So I hope you enjoyed Before It's Too Late. It's one of my favorite songs I've written. So I really like playing it. I always feel it's a little bit... well, I don't know, aggressive as such, but it is what it is. There's, I don't put the pen down when I start writing. I don't suddenly, if the feeling comes, I don't be like, oh shit, I can't write that. That's not going to go down well. I'm not like that at all. I write what I feel and what I see. And well, in today's society, I think that's a difficult thing to do, in all honesty. So the next song I'm going to do, and I think this can be the last song. I'm happy to take one or two more requests, but I'm also ready to call it a night, really. And I'm sure for the sake of others watching, other people have stuff to do as well. I've already played busking today for 3 hours, so I'm quite tired, and it's taken, well, I played for about 4 hours in total today now, so I'm a little bit tired. So I kind of... maybe we should get out of here before it's too late, says Carl. Yeah, I agree. So I'm going to finish on a song which I wrote several years ago about nature. It's called Glow. Since I wrote it, it's changed a lot. And recently I played it live in a gig here in Shapinsay, the island I'm on. And it became even shorter again. So now it used to be 4.5 minutes, and now it's like 2.5 minutes. It's a song it was kind of spring. I think it was spring. It was in Austria. And it was a song which was inspired. I was sitting on a bench and there was butterflies. And, coming up like this little pathway, I saw some butterflies. And it was a beautiful start of spring day. And that's how the song started. And like I say, when I first wrote it, it was a lot longer. And I've changed it, the tempo, many changes. And it's a song I like so much, even though I wrote it 5 years ago, that it's now on this new album I'm working on. So it's called Glow. This will be the last song today. I'd like to, I can thank everyone at the end, I guess. Every time I look around, my eyes are wide and I'm amazed by all I see. To love how much you glisten and watch you move along in perfect harmony. Your breath that brushes through the trees, the butterflies, bright colours please, passing by. The many shades that make of you, the greens and reds and gorgeous blue in the sky. You are the earth, you are the air, you are the fire, you are the water. You are the mother, you are the child, you are the father, you are the daughter. And when it rains, the seeds will know they need your touch for life to start to grow. And when it shines, you're reaching high, nature's morning treasures start to glow. You are the earth, you are the air, you are the fire, you are the water. You are the mother, you are the child, you are the father, you are the daughter. Have you heard the perfect sounds, however close she is the greatest symphony? Mother, mother, I hear your call, your timeless, majestic melody. The waves that dance across the sea, the always busy bumblebees passing by. The flashing wings that travel through, they're watching me, I'm watching you as you fly. You are the earth, you are the air, you are the fire, you are the water. You are the mother, you are the child, you are the father, you are the daughter. And when it rains, the seeds will know they need your touch for life to start to grow. And when it shines, you're reaching high, nature's morning treasure start to glow. So thank you very much for coming. I'm really happy that this worked. I was frustrated that stage it didn't, and in the future I'll do live performances this way. There's not a great Wi-Fi signal where I am at the moment, but I am leaving here anyway. So I've already mentioned the album. I'm not going to keep on repeating links. I've already said I'm not keen on that stuff. So I'm easy to find. And thank you all for coming, and best wishes for the days or weeks ahead until I see you next. So thank you very much. Boom shakalaka, and chat to you all soon. Thanks, Carl. And to anyone else who's out there, thanks for coming, and best wishes. Bye-bye. Oh, wait, I'm still connected. So I'm still connected, and my brother says promote Bandcamp. So you could promote it for me, Carl. So, yeah, leerice.bandcamp.com. So, and I'll say no more. I'm not into this self-promotion stuff. I'm sure there's enough people out there who can do it for me. So thank you very much for coming. Bye-bye. Cheers.